G'day guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play In Spite of Ourselves by John Prine. May he rest in peace. This is a really fun folk country tune and it's got a great finger picking intro, which I'll teach you in this lesson. Now, if you want to master your chords back to front, be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to improve on your guitar and your finger picking, then check out GZ2H Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. All right, let's jump into the lesson. Okay, so let's start with the intro, which is really fun to play. Now, for our finger picking basics, your thumb will take care of the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. Your index, middle, and ring finger will take care of the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings respectively. Ideally, they shouldn't pluck any other strings other than the ones they've been assigned to. So there's 4 lines of tab here. So we're going to start with the C chord, but your pinky finger is going to actually be on the 3rd fret of the 1st string at the same time. Now we're going to pinch the 5th and 1st strings together, but then you'll pull off your pinky finger to the open string, like that. After that pull off, we have a 5-note run. And you're going to actually put your pinky finger here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. We're going to pluck the 3rd, 1st, 5th, 2nd, and 3rd strings in our 5-note run. And all together. For our second bar, we'll go to just the regular C shape now. We'll pinch the 5th and 2nd strings twice, and then put your pinky finger down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Pinch those 2 strings again, and then pluck the open 1st and 3rd strings. So that second bar, and the first 2 bars. Now the 3rd and 4th bars are identical to the 1st and 2nd bars, so we're just repeating that through another time. For our second line of tab, we'll go to an F shape. Now this is the way I like to play it, so I'll move my ring and middle finger down 1 string, and my thumb will come over the top to hit the 1st fret of the 6th string. We have a 3-note run to begin with, so 6th, 2nd, and 4th strings. And then we'll do a pinch of the 6th and 2nd strings. Hold that out. And then we have a 5-note run. So your pinky finger will now actually come down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And we're going to pluck 4th, 3rd, 6th, 2nd, and 4th. So those 5 notes all together. And then we'll lift our pinky finger and pinch the 6th and 2nd strings. Pinky finger comes back down, and then 4th string. So 3 plucks to end this second bar. So the first chunk, and then the 5-note run, and then the 3-note run, and all together. And then we'll go back to our C chord, but you're going to have your pinky finger here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. We're going to pinch the 5th and 2nd, and then the open 1st string, and then everything else is exactly the same as those first 2 bars in the first line of tab that we've already learned. So the rest of it. But we're going to add an additional open 1st string there. So the last 2 bars. And in total for the second line of tab. And then for the 3rd line, we're going to go to a G chord. So keep your pinky finger here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Your ring finger will just go up 1 string to the 3rd fret of the 6th. We have a 7-note run here, which goes 6th string, 2nd, 4th, then lift your pinky. So it's open 2nd, 4th, 3rd, 4th. So the first bar. And then for the next bar, put your pinky finger back down. We're going to start by pinching the 3rd and 1st strings. And then all the other notes are identical to our previous bar. So lift pinky finger. So those first two bars. And And then your pinky finger will come up to the 3rd fret of the 1st string. We'll pinch the 6th and 1st strings together, hold that out, and then we end with a 5-note run, which goes open 4th, 1st string, open 4th, 2nd, and then 2nd fret of the 5th string with your middle finger. And in total for the 3rd liner tab. For the 4th liner tab, we go back to our C chord, and we're going to start by pinching the 5th and 2nd strings together. Hold that out, and then go 4th, 3rd string. So. And then we're going to stay in this shape, but just change our bass note. So just push your ring finger up 1 string and hit the G note there. And we're going to go 6th string, 4th, and 3rd. So the first bar. The second bar is identical, except we don't start with the pinch. And that's it for the intro, which sounds like this all together. And I would advise you to just practice it really slow at the start to get the hang of it, and then work your way up to full speed. So that's it for the intro. Now we get to the verse. Now in the actual recording, there's actually 2 guitars playing. There's one playing the fingerpicking and one playing the strumming. Now obviously you can't do both at the same time, so what I'm going to teach you here in terms of the verse and the chorus is a way that sounds fingerpicked, but it's also a little bit strummed as well. So let's give that a shot. Now the verse has 4 lines of chords as well, so very similar to what we had in the intro. I'm going to teach you the finger picking pattern that we're going to play here. And once you sort of learn this, everything becomes a lot easier. Now, let's start with our C chord as our first example. So our picking pattern is really simple. It's only comprised of 3 notes really. So we'll start with the bass note. For this particular chord, it's the 5th string with our thumb. And then with our index finger, this is where we're going to do a light strike down, ideally on the 3rd and 2nd strings. So we'll do a flick down there, and then we'll do a slight flick up. Now you gotta be really light on those strings. Don't put too much onto it, just be really light. So down, up. Pretend like you're just flicking something with your index finger like this. Like that, really subtle. And that's it for the picking pattern. So bass note, hold it out, and then flick down, up. So. Now with the C chord, what we're actually going to do is alternate between the bass note being there and the bass note being there on the G note. Keep the rest of your fingers exactly where they are, but we're just going to alternate between that and that. So it will sound like this. And you just continue that again and again for this first line tab. Next, when we get to our F chord, what we're going to do, now I like to play my F like this because it's an easy transition from the C, and I just reach my thumb over and hit the 1st fret of the 6th string. You can play a regular F bar chord too here if you want. Our picking pattern is identical here, but the bass notes that we'll alternate between will differ a little bit. So we're going to start on the 6th string and then go to the 5th string, as opposed to the other way around. So the F chord, and then we'll go back to the C. And at this point, we start on the 5th string and then alternate to the 6th. And then we go to our 3rd liner tab, and this is where we base it around a G chord. So you only need to really put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Now we're not going to be alternating bass notes at all here for this G. So every single picking pattern will be on that 6th string. So we're going to play this for 5 patterns. And go to the B note here with our middle finger, so the second fret of the 5th string. That will be our new bass note for this final picking pattern in this line of tab. So all together. And then for the final line of tab, we're just going back to the C, which is alternating between that bass note and this bass note. So in total, altogether, this is what the verse will sound like. Now in terms of what my finger picking hand is doing, I'm actually using my ring finger here to sort of anchor onto this first string. We don't really play anything on this first string other than in the intro, but whilst we're picking this verse, I use that point as an anchor just on the first string, so have contact there. And that makes playing the bass notes and the flicking with your index finger a lot easier because you have a reference point to hold on to. Now, if that index flicking is too difficult for you, then what you can actually do is really simplify this down even further. And one picking pattern here can just be a down, down, up on a strum. So in the tab, you'll see the overarching chord for this section. So what you can do is just continuously play that easy down, down, up strumming pattern for that chord. So that's a super, super simple way of playing this if that flicking motion is too hard for you. So a super, super simple verse will sound like this. All right, so next we move on to the chorus, which is really simple. It's just 2 lines of tab here. And again, we're just using that same finger picking flicking pattern that we've learnt in the verse. So for the chorus, we're going to start with the F chord and we're going to play this for 2 bars. And again, alternating between the 6th and the 5th string bass note. And then we'll go to our C and alternate between the 5th and 6th string bass note. And then for the second line of tab, we go to our G. So hold on there, just lift your index finger, and we're going to play this for 3 picking patterns for the 6th string bass note. And then the second fret of the 5th string for 1 bass note. And then go back to the C alternating pattern. And that's it for the chorus, which sounds like this. Now again, if that flicking pattern is too hard, you can just strum the chords with the down, down, up. Really simple. And that super simple version of the chorus will sound like this. Now the next thing we need to learn is the bridge. Now I've simplified this quite a bit because again, there's 2 guitars going on, but if we want to just play this on 1 guitar, then it's easier to just sort of simplify a little bit down to the chords. The bridge is quite simple. The first line of tab is the first line of tab in the chorus. So it's the F to the C, really simple there. And we're going to repeat that through 3 times. So the line in total. So play that through 3 times. And then the second liner tab for this bridge, after we've played that first line through 3 times, is C. Now we're not going to alternate here with the bass note. We're going to stay on that 5th string bass note twice. And then go to the G twice. And back to the C. But then we can start alternating again. So in total for that second line, and again, if you want to play a super simple version, just do the down, down, up strumming with the chords shown in the tab. The final thing we need to learn is the outro tag, which is really simple. So the first 2 bars are the first 2 bars in the second liner tab in the chorus. So really simple, just that G 3 times. And then that second fret of the 5th string. And then this is where we're going to change things up. Go to a C, pinch the 5th and 2nd strings. Pluck the 4th and 3rd strings. Then with your thumb, reach over the top and hit the 1st fret of the 6th string. We're getting into an F shape again. So similar to the F shape in the intro, 6th, 2nd, 4th, 2nd. So that's it for the F shape. And then we go back to our C chord shape and pinch the 5th and 2nd. So in total. After that last pinch, we then go and rearrange our fingers to a C/G position. Then you're going to just pluck 1 by 1 from the 6th to the 1st string, or 1 at a time. So the last 2 bars. And that's it for the outro tag and all the parts you need to learn for this song. So now I'll be playing through the song in its entirety. I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. So feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
Crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like their Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go.
He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. Caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. He ain't too sharp but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his honey. Never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against our odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spy our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but a big old heart dancing in our eyes. She thinks all my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on the scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking, keeps on ticking. Never gonna let her go.
He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. Whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's a howling at the moon. He's my baby, don't make maybe. Never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but a big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against our odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but a big old hearts dancing in our eyes. There won't be nothing but a big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to head over to guitar0tohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to improve on your guitar, then sign up to Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. It'd mean the world if you could hit that like button, hit subscribe, click the little notification bell as well so that you don't miss out on my updates. Please leave your thoughts, comments, questions, and requests down below, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.